Child labor is a global problem that exists up to this time. Humanitarian organizations are working double time to put an end to child labor and to advocate child welfare as we celebrate this year, the 25th anniversary of the movement Global March Against Child Labor. Well, we take a look at one of the group's initiatives to empower communities to eliminate child labor. Joining us now via Zoom is June Godornes, is the Director for Resource Development of World Vision Philippines. Good morning, June. It's great to have you.
Good morning, Paolo. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. June, now before we go into your efforts to end child labor, let's talk about the problem first. What's the general situation worldwide? I think we're talking about, is it 160 million? Is that the figure? And I believe the trend is up. And help us understand just how serious the problem of child labor is, particularly here in the Philippines.
Yeah, well, based on the report in 2021 by the International Labor Organization, they estimated 160 million child laborers worldwide, and it has increased by 8.4 million in the last 4 years. And according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, our population in 2020 was estimated at 31.17 million. And in the last 2 years, in the Philippines, we've seen some decline, but it's still a recurring issue that we need to advocate against.
Right. We're seeing also that trend affect a particularly young age, 5 to 11 years old, I believe, is the area where there is continued growth in this serious problem. We're talking about child sexual exploitation, children who are forced into hazardous work that's obviously harmful to their health. The Global March Against Child Labor is a movement which started on January 17, 1998. It's designed to really put some focus on this problem, and it has since sparked a worldwide movement. Tell us about the importance of this event, June, and why it's still obviously our most vital part in our fight to end child labor.
Yeah, when we first joined the Global March Against Child Labor 25 years ago, we were seeing children involved in deep sea fishing, in backyard mining, pyroclastics, different sorts. And a few years after that, we were able to start a project that focuses on really removing children from exploitive work and making sure that they go back to school, stay in school, and finish their studies. In the Philippines context, a lot of children are involved in agriculture work, and even if their intentions are good, they want to support their families, their siblings, the ill effects would include them stopping school. Or even if they are staying in school, they're not able to focus well in their studies because they're tired, and they're even exposed to hazardous materials or even dangerous tools, and that increases the risk for the Filipino children. And we're hoping that as we commemorate this Global March Against Child Labor, we would be able to continue raising the awareness and engaging the public to become more vigilant. They themselves can volunteer in their local government units and report if there are any cases of exploitation to their nearest barangays.
Right. June, there are laws that exist to prevent this kind of thing. Why do you think this situation does continue, particularly in a country like ours?
Well, enforcement is key to that, and awareness. Some people think that, in the first place, we try to distinguish what responsible child work is from exploited child labor. It's not bad for children to help their parents as long as they learn from it, they're guided, they have guardians supervising them. So we're still in that process of making sure that people have that kind of understanding. And as a community, as a society, we should be advocating really for the welfare of our kids, because they would be our future, and we need to make sure that the laws really work, it's really enforced, and that it's not just the government doing it, but it's everyone pitching in. It takes a village to really raise a child, and so the awareness, the vigilance is key to making sure that we put an end to this. We've seen pockets of success. When I remember in 2007, 2008, whenever we reported about child labor, we were saying 3 to 4 million children in the Philippines. In the most recent report from the Philippine Statistics Authority, we've seen a decline, from 1 million to about 800,000 children involved in child labor. But it is still a concern. That's still a huge number, right? And nowadays, especially during the pandemic, the online exploitation of children has become more rampant and prevalent. And so we really need to be vigilant and make sure that our children, are spared from this and are given, better opportunities to become, better version of themselves for the future.
Right. Now, Jun, to close, World Vision Philippines is one of the groups working to eliminate child labor. You have a project called Project ACE, I believe, against child exploitation. Round off this discussion by telling us a little bit about Project ACE and how can ordinary people help your cause?
Yeah, the Project ACE is our continued response towards this issue, and we currently support local government and partner with national government in educating stakeholders, educating children of their rights. We've actually partnered with the local governments of Quezon City, Cagayan de Oro, and on February 9, we're having a kapihan, wherein heads of DSWD, Mayor Joy Belmonte will be there, to also support the task force Sampaguita in Quezon City. So Project ACE will continue to, and World Vision, will continue to expand our reach to national and local government units to make sure that we're able to educate and improve the capacity and knowledge of our guardians and make sure that children are stay in school and finish school. And then for those who for people watching, if you're from Quezon City, they have a hotline, that you can dial 122 to reach out to any local government official to report cases and all. And we hope that you would pray for our Filipino children, support World Vision's work to protect children from labor and other forms of abuse and exploitation. If you can, you can also sponsor a child. Visit World Vision's website, worldvision.org.ph.
There you go. Fantastic stuff. You guys are doing wonderful work. Jun, please do continue that. Thank you once again, Jun, for joining us this morning here on New Day.